Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and today May's in labor. So felt that her ligaments were gone. I'd say, yeah, it's been about 6 hours. So this morning she wasn't showing real hard contractions or nothing, but she did not have any ligaments. Hers have been so hard to find for like 6 days or more now. So I was second guessing myself just because they've been so hard to find, but she's being very friendly today. She's not a scared goat, she's not a skittish goat, she's just a princess. But when she's in labor, she does not want me to leave her side, and she wants loved on. So, not thinking too close yet, but it's happening. Oh, baby. So May here has always given us either twins or singles. She's never ever had more than twins. But Mayo is out of May. And if you guys didn't hear the story before, it is the only time we've ever had any difficulties with her kidding. That was a couple years ago. Mayo was all sorts of tangled up in there. Her head was crooked back. And so I did have to assist and go in and try to untangle her and get her out. And by the time I finally got her out, she was just lifeless. She wasn't breathing, she wasn't moving, she was a limp goat, little limp baby goat. So we just rubbed her and got her cleaned up, just kind of stimulating her, and she made it. So that was really exciting. But other than that, this girl has always just been a super easy kidder. She's really wide. She's definitely built for babies. So she's starting to do her up and down, and you can tell the contractions are starting to hurt her. No slime or anything yet. She's interested in this little baby goat laying over here. Lily's babies are right next door. Lily and her babies. So we shouldn't have any issues with her, but just a little story for you. I love it when she's kidding, just because she's so affectionate. She lets me love on her. And usually she's just a brat. She's like, no, not unless you have something special for me. Huh, girl? Is your liquor ready? Not yet. All right. All right, she's having a pretty hard contraction right now. Look at her butt high. Up and down and up and down. May sometimes likes to take her time. Okay, that's a lie. She always likes to take her sweet time. Well, you probably don't like it, huh? But it just happens. Got her leg kicked out. That is not a face of somebody who's not uncomfortable. So, this could be 30 minutes from now, or this could be 4 hours from now. Before the sun falls, huh, baby? I had to go change. It's getting too hot for a hoodie. Not quite hot enough for just a t-shirt. And this girl here, she seems to be progressing pretty quickly, actually. It's been about 30 minutes. She's been up and down a few more times. Really starting to crook her leg out, and none of the yawning like they usually do though. They'll do this weird yawn and kind of stretch their jaw out. In a lot of cases when it's getting real painful. Let's see. Oh, let's see if she'll show you what a contraction is. Up, down again. Getting pretty serious. You know, you lay the straw down for them just so they can move it out of the way. They don't like it. A lot of times too, you'll see them start talking to the babies. This is her left side. But they'll just start kind of talking a little bit. We're getting close, aren't we, sweetie? What do you think you got in there? One girl, one boy. This girl's bucks are actually a little more sought after than the does, just simply because a buck, you know, can breed all of your does and throw improvement on all of those kids, whereas if you just have the doe, she's awesome and all, but a buck is going to make a bigger impact in the herd. But they want both, huh, girl? It's clear. Are you digging a hole, girl? And she does get a little slime kicking. No way she just has one, I would like to think. But again, after Elsa, I'm second guessing if I ever knew how many they had. We can guess all we want, huh, May? Oh man, those babies are getting positioned, aren't they, May? Lily's over there demanding her kids get up and not nap. Cute little kitties in there. May doesn't seem to mind them at all. She's definitely the most level doe we have. Her butt is high. Posty legs. Yep, put your back end right there. Perfect positioning. You're alright, Mama. This is exhausting work for a young kid. All the goats must see Derek.
They do.
What's going on, babe?
Coming to check on you. How are we doing?
She's progressing. Look at the
Hi,
hi,
baby.
Dad. Contractions are getting really hard, huh, girl? I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's giving me the good angle here for when ligaments are gone. It gets really sunken in this area. You see her? Oh, butt high. So hopefully you guys can see that, how sunken in it gets. That means they're gone. That's how it looks when they're gone. That's just your protector. Alright, we're going on 2 hours now since we started filming. This is what I mean by she likes to take her sweet time.
She's pretty though.
Is that a goat scratching themselves?
It's a lily. A wild
Lily. Silly girl.
It is hilarious.
So, about 20 minutes ago, me being in here watching, the goats were only favoring, Lily's babies were just favoring one side, and I was able to see. I looked at her this morning. Of course, I keep a close eye on the udders. Two things can happen. Obviously, they can mess up the udder really, really quickly, just favoring one side, and make it uneven and almost impossible to correct. And that can happen in just a day. But on top of that, as far as health concerns, like, you got to keep a close eye, always, even if you keep the kids on them. If they're not drinking one side, they can get mastitis in one side, just because the udder's filling up too much and not getting drained. That's very, very bad. So anyway, took her out and got her one side milked out, and the other one was completely empty, and her left side was chock full of milk. And even the texture in either side, because when they're drinking off of one side, I don't know if you guys have heard me mention, the udder, if they're drinking off of the udder, period, it doesn't fill, it doesn't bag up and then drain, so it leaves a meaty texture in there. And when we drained out the side they weren't getting on, it was just a real soft, almost all the way out, so I'm hoping that hasn't been the case for a full day. But again, I did look at her this morning, and she didn't, she looked even. So she should be okay, but we did separate her kids. So, and now Lily's out there to pasture. So that just happened about 20 minutes ago. They like to get their liquor ready when it's close. You getting your liquor ready, girl? Yes. Such a sweet girl. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
She is like a snotty princess.
Oh, I hope you don't puke on my head.
Slight pushes. Nothing too serious. Baby. And a few pushes here, but then didn't continue to push, but they're getting there. Up in the canal, huh, girl? I know I've said this 100 times, but we're so getting close. And look at that udder. You got this, girl. Good girl, man. She is looking awful big. Never know, May. Could be your first set of triplets. And she's up again. Should have wore a dust mask. That's a great spot, girl. It's good. Okay, baby. get some pushes, but she's kind of stopped. It's just a Dalmate. You can lick the baby once you finally get it out. Come on, girl. Oh, I was gonna say, those were some big pushes. She's done. Here we go again, huh, girl? Maybe. Maybe. Come on, girl. False alarm.
You look like a llama. About to give birth.
Come on.
Whoa. No, the camera's clean.
Throw it in the bucket.
Camera's clean.
Oof. She just had a really good push and her water broke. There we go. Oh, that's lots of water. I hope that's not a giant, May. Some goats just take longer than others. But at a lot of points, people will be like, oh, something's wrong, I'm gonna go in. Always, always, always make that the last resort. You know, once they start pushing, like she's not aggressively pushing or anything. She's progressing exactly how she should. They're all different. Some are quicker than others. Going in is always, always last resort. So I'm not worried about her, but of course I have knots in my stomach like I always do for every labor. Maybe if she was pushing really, really hard and, you know, screaming, and obviously nothing's coming out and nothing is showing, but she's got slime now, she's opening up, her water barely broke, so she's doing really good. 9.5, 10 hours since I felt her ligaments this morning. Now she's... See, now the slime's coming out. She's doing good. We should see a bubble soon. Good girl. Once the bubble starts coming out, what I'm going to be looking for is a nose and 2 hooves. Hopefully, that's how it's presented. Hard to see. Good girl. Good job, May. It's coming. Good girl. Oh. Sounds good. A big kid or what, girl? It's coming. Come on, girl. All right, come on. Gosh, I wish she wasn't up against the fence. Come on, girl. She's been pushing like this for 5 minutes or something. Nothing's really coming out.
Oh, it's gonna though. Good girl. It's just right there, maybe even sideways. I can't tell. I mean, it's big. It's gonna be one big giant freaking buck, what it's gonna be.
See a nose or anything?
Undefined. I had to guess it's the side of the. I know, babe. I don't see 2 hooves and a nose.
Come on, girl.
Put that behind her, just like that, so you can see. The other way, so you can see where they can. You see?
I can't see anything in it.
Do that. You got it, May. You got it, girl. You got it.
It's coming.
We'll shut that annoying beep off, man.
Oh my goodness. I do not see a nose or hooves.
Or anything.
wrong.
Huh?
Something's wrong.
Yes.
All right, I think we're positioned. Good girl. Give me a push. Oh no. It's a little shit.
You did it. You did it, May. You did it.
Girl. All right, May. Here's your
You did it, May.
Good job. Are you good? Well, that was horrible. But at least I had a really good outcome. I don't know how much of you guys saw, but the bubble, of course, right before I said don't go in, last case resort. I don't even know if I'm talking straight. But obviously we could tell something was wrong, so we needed to go in. Her head was crooked back, kind of how I gave you the Mayo story. And trying to push a baby back in, there's like no room in there. It's not easy. So we had to cut the film because it was go time, and we were just trying to save, obviously, May first, and hopefully the baby would make it out okay. And she did. She's breathing, she's beautiful. But May has another one in here, and she's probably going to be too weak to push it out, so I can't give her too much time. And even if the sack broke when I was in there pushing the other baby back, so I'm going to have to go in and retrieve this other one. Which, if you've ever done that before, the second one always comes out a lot easier. We got the blocked one. This one should be good. Let me see. Is she giving a contraction here? No? Okay, I was just hopeful. She is really weak, the little baby. That was a pretty traumatizing coming to life. Welcome to the world, baby girl. She's trying to get up on her front legs, though. Never fun when you have to do anything like that. Get her moving, Mama. Her legs look like they're okay so far as she's moved them around. Why do you gotta be there, May? She's pushing. Let's hope. Looks like she might just have this next one on her own. Of course, she's in a great position. So we just kind of moved the baby off to the side, hoping she'd get up on her feet, getting things going, and she did. She got up on her feet. She had a hard contraction. She laid down in a really bad spot and then acted like she was maybe gonna push. I think when she was up, I gave her a slight bump too. There's absolutely another kid, maybe two in there. So maybe I'll try to get her back up on her feet again. No? No, she's good. You got this, girl. Good job, May. Alright, that's normalcy. Good job, that's a head and two hooves. Yep, it's a boy. Good job, Mama. He looks good. He looks good. I think she's all done. Well, you were behaving, weren't you? Yeah. Good boy. Good job, May. Good job. Yeah. How are you? You stand? Almost, huh? Almost. Oh. Good job, May. Those babies are beautiful. A bit of a rough start, huh, sweetie? Oh. Well, there you have it, guys. There's a happy ending. One beautiful blue-eyed polled doe and one beautiful blue-eyed horned buckling. He's a big boy. 2 chamoisés. It's been a chamoisé kind of a year. Funny. So I'm gonna let her bond and take some time. Keep an eye. Anytime something like this happens, she's going to get a round of antibiotics just in case. Make sure if there's any infection, we get ahead of it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hit it.
Welcome to the world, little girl. And her sweet little boy. Good job, Mama May. Made a couple of little twins. Get up! Guys getting strong on their feet. Come on.